The recounting of Sodom and Gomorrah of the Old Bible, the Old Testament of the Bible, planet Nibiru is not a Summerian fairy tale, but the proof of a universal catastrophe according to claims. More than 6,000 years ago, the Summerian civilization appeared, which had all the signs of a highly developed one. They used the ternary counting system and knew the Fibonacci numbers. The Sumerian texts contain information about the origin, development, and structure of the solar system. In the image of the solar system, the Sumerians placed an unknown large planet between Mars and Jupiter, the 12th planet in the Summerian system. The Sumerians called this mysterious planet Nibiru, which means the crossing planet. The orbit of this planet, a highly elongated ellipse, crosses the solar system, they say, every 3,600 years. The next passage of Nibiru through the solar system is expected between the year 2100 and 2158. According to the Sumerians, planet Nibiru was inhabited by conscious beings, the Anunnaki. Their lifespan was 360,000 Earth years. They were real giants, women from 10 to 12 feet tall, men to 13 to 16 feet tall. Nibiru is a distant and unexplored giant planet, not located in any system, and freely traveling through outer space. Its current location remains unknown, as is the solar or stellar system in which it might have originated. Obviously, the planet itself remains unexplored, even its appearance. This planet passed by our planet in 1500 BC, that's about the time of the Exodus from Egypt, and touched the edge of the protective layer of our solar system. The passage was too close, and with it, various space debris entered the Earth's atmospheric layer, which was sucked in like a funnel during the approach of Nibiru and the Earth. It's possible that during this time, there was a fall of meteorites that left traces all over the Earth. There is a description of this incident in the Bible. Everyone knows the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Then Lot received a warning that he must urgently leave the place where he lived. During the flight, his wife stopped and turned around, but immediately turned into a pillar of salt. What happened? Why did she turn into a saline salt, supposedly from the wrath of God? And at this time, the planet Nibiru passed in the orbit of the Earth, a huge space block, the main mineral composition of which was various salts, was drawn into an atmospheric layer of our planet, without completely burning down, fell to the surface. From the impact, the salt particles scattered into fine dust, covering everything around with a dense layer. People, animals, plants turned into salt pillars. The fall of the salt meteorite created a depression in the soil. The water poured into it, forming a lake or sea. On modern-day geolocation, this is the salty Dead Sea. The sea arose as a result of a mega-earthquake, which is described in the Bible as a punishment for the sins of the inhabitants of cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Sumerian witness to the biblical catastrophe. At the end of March 2008, rocket propulsion specialists Alan Bond and Mark Hemschel, who lectures in astronautics in the University of Bristol, UK, published a book in which the death of Sodom and Gomorrah was unequivocally linked to an impact from space. They claimed that they read it on an ancient clay tablet, an artifact from the British Museum known as the Planisphere. A tablet, a kind of a disc, with drawings and cuneiform writings was found by archaeologist Henry Layard back in the middle of the 19th century in the ruins of the library of the Royal Palace of Nineveh, the ancient capital of the Assyrian state. Hemschel and Bond assured that the testimonies of the man who became an eyewitness to that prehistoric catastrophe, perhaps the largest in the history of mankind, are recorded in cuneiform. The Sumerian astronomer spoke about the rapidly approaching fireball, described its trajectory and the location of the constellations in the sky. Based on the data gleaned from the Planisphere and with the help of a computer program, Hemschel and Bond recreated a picture of the prehistoric starry sky, and they found out that the asteroid fell in the wee hours of June 29, 3132 BC, The date, albeit with a stretch, fits into the time frame outlined by U.S. archaeologists. And what they state is really astonishing and fascinating. They said the asteroid did not fall on Sodom and Gomorrah, but on the Tyrol region of the current Australian Alps. According to scientists, the following happened. The red-hot fragments of the exploded celestial body rushed along, burning and destroying everything in its path, up to the land of Jordan. That is, of course, Israel. We know Jordan is from the Jordan River. And it was enough to incinerate Sodom and Gomorrah, located there. Scientists emphasize that the catastrophic events associated with the fall of an asteroid are noted not only in the Bible, but also in many ancient myths. For example, in the most famous about Phaethon, the planet Phaethon, who could not cope with the fiery chariot of his father Helios and fell from the sky, the ancient Greek legend of Phaethon. Now, the Dead Sea, the mineralogical composition of the salt of the Dead Sea differs significantly from the composition of the salt of other areas. It contains about 50.8% magnesium chloride, magnesium chloride 50.8%, that's about half, 14.4% calcium chloride, 30.4% sodium chloride, and 4.4% potassium chloride. The salt is low in sulfates but relatively high in bromides, and this allowed the Dead Sea to turn into a unique healing resort created by nature and attracting millions of tourists from all over the world. In addition to the unique composition of salts, the Dead Sea is also known for its healing mud, which is extracted from the bottom of this lake. Silt sulfide mud of the Dead Sea is highly mineralized, up to 300 grams per liter, with a high content of bromine, iodine, and hormone-like substances. The famous Qumran manuscripts were also found in the vicinity of the Dead Sea. These are more than 600 manuscripts proving that the Jewish sect of the Essenes back in the 2nd century BC professed principles that are surprisingly similar to the Gospel commandments. The first scrolls with manuscripts from Qumran were accidentally found by a Bedouin boy in 1947. The biblical cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were located in the Dead Sea area. In the northern part of the Dead Sea, an echo sounder at the bottom of the sea bottom, at the depth of about 1,300 feet, found some structures of regular geometric shape, presumably the remains of an ancient settlement. And this is on Solask. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.